Welcome back to Dat Build. Today I'm continuing progress, but not obviously on my Porsche Turbo Replica. I hit a bottleneck last week and I was essentially going to be leading up to another bottleneck in the future anyway. So for this episode and the foreseeable couple of upcoming episodes, I am going to be learning on this. I have decided to invest in some welding gear, and of course I don't really like learning new things, but in this situation it's going to save me money both for the immediate project and long term. So I did decide to splurge and invest in a whole kit. So this is pretty much everything I need, so hence the single brand name factor here. I'm not advertising anything anyway. So I have the welding trolley, the welder itself, otherwise MIG TIG stick setup, 180 amps, so that's plenty for what I need to do for this unit. Apart from that, a welder's helmet. I quite like this helmet actually. It's one of the reasons why I wanted this kit. I just like the graphics that are on it, but anyway. Welder's jacket obviously as well, just to protect my hairy arms, and then the white box just had a few accessories, gloves and what have you. So these boxes are going to be very shortly turned into some actual working gear. I'll go over the working gear. I'm not going to make this into a DIY or an unboxing or anything like that because I'm a novice, so I've got no clue. So I'm just going to be learning on it, and this is more or less filler episodes, but you get to laugh at how atrocious my welding skills are, and yeah, see how badly it's going to turn out in the future when I decide to weld this back onto that. But that's still a little way away because I've still got to get the front end fixed and learn to weld. So let's start. And just like that. So I have everything I need now. I have the helmet, I have the jacket, I have the gloves, I have obviously the welder itself, and a few other bits and pieces that I won't go over. So what some of you may have realized as well is there is something missing, if you are keen-eyed, the gas cylinder bottle, which would be residing at the rear here. The kit came with gasless wire, and I am going to learn on that initially, and everyone has their own takes, you know, one's better than the other, or, you know, one's more inferior than the other, more so. I am simply going to learn on this stuff because it came with it, and to be honest with you, for the most part, if I can get this to a decent look, like decent enough anyway, if it's still strong enough, if it still does the same thing and it's simply messy, I'll just spend time cleaning it up. Because to be honest, the cost in buying the gas or hiring a gas cylinder anyway, buying the different core and everything like that, yes, it may be cleaner, or yes, it will be cleaner. I've seen videos, etc. and so on, but it's just an extra cost, and that cylinder I either don't recoup the cost back or I have an outlay that I don't get back regardless. So this kit's already cost me everything, I've got the actual wire. I'm just going to run with it for now. If I really get the pits with the gasless stuff, I will change it, but I have the option. That's the main thing. So I've got it all set up for the gasless. Some of you may or may not know that you need to have it on negative for the actual unit itself when you're doing with this. It's all set up here. If you don't know welders, I'm really honestly not going to go through it with you. I'm not an expert. Heaps of videos out there, and of course I've watched a few as well. Inside, I've done it the wrong way. There we go. So I've set it all up. I have the wire already in there. I have the core going through. It's all ready to roll basically. It's just a matter now of welding some stuff. And of course, what I'm going to do is grab all the existing floors. So way back when I said these will come in handy, now you know. I had this plan for a little while, but I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, but I have decided. So I've gone by the instruction sheet here. I have it set so for the right type of wire, for the right type of metal I'm going through, all the speeds, all the settings, etc., and so on. The only thing I've got to do now is practice, and practice, and practice, and practice. So it would seem that I still have quite a bit to learn about welding, and I did watch some videos. I watched quite a lot of videos actually, and tutorials, read some stuff, etc, and so on. But the biggest thing was that I didn't actually consider the fact that the metal here is more or less contaminated. So of course it has a layer of rust over the top, for one. Should have considered that. Secondary, when I've actually wire wheeled off or brushed off or whatever those things are called, the original paint is actually still present. So this is just surface rust on top, and then of course the paint was still underneath. So really annoyingly, I kind of probably didn't need to cut these floor pans out. I could have cleaned them right up. But having said that, they are the thinner metal. I would prefer a more stronger base, and these outside holes are just everywhere. So yeah, I'm not regretting doing it, kind of. But the biggest thing though is obviously moving forward with this. Yeah, no result here whatsoever. That's just disgusting, and I was off the bat just really struggling to fathom that one. Over here, as I progressed, things became a little better, not by a great deal to be honest, but again, it was the whole learning factor of having people tell me that, well, your metal's no good. So of course this is old stuff. I do have to work with old stuff because the base plan has to go back onto the tunnel, and that will be plug welded up. So I've still got to learn a few techniques, but I still have to learn to do it in general. A lot of people criticize me for the fact that I am using the gasless wire, and of course, yes, I get it. I have read about it. I've also seen a lot of good work. There's a lot of people that can do some pretty good stuff with the gasless stuff. So I'd like to persist with it. I know it's probably a fruitless effort, but I don't really want to invest in the gas and all that sort of stuff. The gas especially, like, I'm going to be using it for a couple of things, and then I've got the rest of this canister, and yeah, it's either a swap or a buy. The buy is quite expensive, the swap a little bit less, but deposit, and I don't know. So I really haven't figured out what to do there. I did procrastinate. I could have actually got an extra week of welding in, but the week before was quite rainy and dreary and just kind of didn't put me in the mood. So I did slack off there. And of course we're now moving up to Easter, and my personal life is just all over the shop at the moment. So yeah, my head's not exactly running where it should be. So this has kind of been on the back burner. I have slacked off. I will progress through. I will keep kind of learning to weld on the side. Got to get some other stuff to clean this metal up further. I am going to persist with this steel now that I know that it is basically surface rust and what have you. Flappy disc it back on a grinder, see if I can't get to bare metal, and again try to do traces and all that sort of thing. I have the cut-offs as well from the side where I've also done the spot weld hole removals, so I'll learn to plug weld with that onto this. So it was always the thing, is that do I give it to someone and have them do it, pay the extra, or do I buy the equipment, have the equipment, use the equipment in the future? I can always resell the equipment, so it doesn't cost me as much if I can get this job done. So there is method to the madness, but I'm not really a fan of having to learn stuff. I'm kind of getting past that stage of my life. I don't really like learning new stuff. So this, of course, is a big learning curve. I'm not at the end yet. But anyway, I'm rambling on as always, so that's pretty much the episode. Rather, yeah, cruddy episode at that. Look at my lovely hole and spotty welds and splatter everywhere. This side's far worse, but anyway. That'll do it again. So thank you very much for joining me. As always, like, subscribe, comment below, etc. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbour that if he's ever going to decide to do welding, just don't. Just hire someone. So much simpler. Anyway, guys, until next time, cheers.